Yo, what is up, Fitpreneurs? Happy Tuesday to you. Anthony Rudolph, the Fitpreneur, coming to you today on this amazing, beautiful day. Hope you're out there making the best of it. So today, I want to talk to you about fatherhood. I did a video a while back talking about how 40% of children grow up without their biological fathers in the house. And I was one of those children. And I just want to touch a little bit on that topic because it seems to be a pretty big topic and it's part of being a fitpreneur. I mean, as a fitpreneur, our job is to raise and take care of our children and be there for our kids. So today I want to talk to you about why I chose to forgive my father who was never in the picture. I have three memories of my father. The first memory is of him smoking dope. The second memory is of him having sex with some female that I didn't know. I don't know if he knew. And then the third memory, the last one, when I was 17 years old, he called me on the phone after about 14 years of not seeing him, talking to him. And he called me. I was super excited to hear from my dad. He called me and he asked me for money at 17 years old. And as a 17-year-old boy growing into a man, you have a little bit of an ego. So I was pissed. Of course, I said no. But then what topped it off is that he said, "Is your mom there? Let me ask her for money." So at that point, I just really hung up the phone and had no more contact with him until maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So during the time that I was growing up as a boy, I would see and I would envy all the other little boys who had their father there. All the little boys who would play basketball, go out, and just really have that male presence, and I didn't have that. So I grew up with a lot of resentment and hate for this man because my question was, why isn't he here? Why isn't he around? What the hell did I do to make him not want to be in my life? So I grew up with a lot of questions. I grew up with a void in my soul, trying to figure out what was it? What did I do? And going through life, I made a number of mistakes that I wouldn't have made if I had that positive role model in my life, if I had that father in my life. And it's kind of a catch-22 because, you know, when I spoke to my dad the last time, I saw where he was in life. And I said to myself, if this man would have been in my life, would I be the man I am today? And most likely not. And I know that we can change and alter our path based on how we feel. But I know a lot of things I'm doing today I would not be doing if he would have been in my life. So it's kind of a bittersweet thing. Bitter because I did always want that male figure. I did always want to call somebody daddy. I did always want to have someone to look up to. And I got that later in life. You know, my mother remarried an amazing man named Elmo Johnson. And even though I was already an adult, I still felt that father-son bond. I still got to feel what it was like to have a father figure in my life, even as an adult male. So I did accomplish that goal. And unfortunately, he did pass away last year. So I got to spend time with a man that I can call a dad, I can call a father before time was up. So going back, so when I experienced the resentment, the hurt, the pain, the anger of not having a father, that affected me negatively because I was carrying all this weight of hurt and pain and anger. And I realized that, not only realized it, but I realized that after I read something that said that all the hurt and anger that you carry around is weighing you down, it's hurting you, it's not hurting the other person. So I figured, well, you know, if this is not hurting me, hurting him, why should it hurt me? So I went through a a breakthrough at a church I was going to, and the class was called Breaking Free, and we had to break free of all the bondage that we had in our life. We had to break free of all the strongholds, things that was holding us down in our life. So went to that class, and I discovered that I had a lot of anger and resentment, and the fact that he wasn't there, it was holding me back. It was keeping me from achieving greatness in my life. So I had to really I had to forgive him. I had to write a long letter to him. Never mailed it, but wrote a letter and read it, and just, you know, forgiving my father for what he did or didn't do. Because ultimately, when someone is on drugs like he was, they're not in their right state of mind. They're not in a position where they can decipher right from wrong. And I'm not making excuses, but I know that he had a very difficult relationship with his father, and I know that the drugs played a big part in his responsibility as a man, as a father. So I had to make a choice. I had to make a choice: is that, am I going to let this man further destroy my life by me carrying hate and resentment for him, or am I going to forgive and move on and start to love and start to show my kids the love that they deserve, despite me not getting that in return or getting that from my father? So forgiveness was, for me, it was a pretty big hurdle, but when I did it, I released so much anger. I released so much pain. It was like this big weight was lifted off of my shoulders. And after the forgiveness, I did talk to him again. We spoke, and we spoke about not really the past, but just spoke about how am I doing, how's he doing. Let him know that he has grandkids. He has a legacy, in the sense that he created in me, and then with my other kids, he has that. And just really letting him know that hey, you know, I forgive you. There are no hard feelings. You were in the place that you were in. If you're still there, I'm praying for you. I love you because you are my father. You did bring me into this world. But you know, just really letting go of that pain was huge for me, and it helped me be a better father. It helped me be a better man, a better husband, a better businessman, because I wasn't carrying all that shit along with me. I released it and let it go. So knowing that, and knowing that if you're going through the same thing with your father, your mother, whoever's in your life that you have pain for, you have resentment for, that's keeping you from achieving your greatness, it's time to let it go. It's time to take that,